Big Thunder Marine, number 10. Big Thunder Marine. There's the pace boat. We see the orange smoke, so we are moments away as the boats now are beginning to line up. All right, and there they are now leaving the milling area. And then we have WHM Motorsports, Big Thunder Marine, and Drambuie. Outcone is on the very far outside. Outcone. There's also Heavy Metal and Sloppy Joe's getting into that lineup. Moments away from the green flag. WHM, Big Thunder Marine, Drambuie, Outcone, Heavy Metal, and Sloppy Joe's all lined up and ready. And we've got a green flag now in this first national race of SBI, the 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. And there is WHM Motorsports, Big Thunder Marine, Drambuie, and Heavy Metal. WHM and Big Thunder Marine. And Drambuie, and there they are. WHM and Drambuie going to the immediate lead. The early moments of this race. There's Heavy Metal, Lipton Brisk, and Outcone Motorsports on the side. But the leaders are WHM and Drambuie. WHM Motorsports. Nice flying there. A lot of rocking and rolling there. WHM Motorsports and Drambuie. WHM, your 1998 World Champion, SBI. And WHM is a 46-foot skater powered by two 900-horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercury drives. Bill Moffitt is the driver. Throttleman is Joey Imprescia. WHM and Drambuie on the outside in the early moments of this 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. WHM wants to thank Jerry Reitenberg and Jimmy Garlitz over at Fond du Lac. Also special thanks to Sick Nick, Amazing George, and Small Boy. Great battle going on here at WHM and Drambuie. WHM Motorsports powered by Mercury. WHM, Drambuie, and there's Outcone on the outside coming into the picture. So we got three champions here. We got WHM Motorsports, your 98 World Champion SBI. Drambuie on ice, your APBA World Champion, and Outcone Motorsports, your National Champion APBA. Let's go aboard now, WHM Motorsports. Bill Moffitt and Joey Imprescia. Let's listen to that Mercury power. Billy Moffitt and Mercury. Frame Video Productions, and certainly like to thank the WHM Motorsports team for helping us to transport our equipment to Miami. Joey Imprescia and Robert. Operator East Coast Marine on Long Island. Throttling by Joey. And you can see a little bumpy out here. Onboard Drambuie on ice now, 45-foot skater powered by two 950 horsepower Sterling imports with Mercury drive. Horsepower is the driver John Downs on the throttle man. Drambuie on ice, world champion, APBA, 1998. Your shot there, more Drambuie. Big Thunder Marine, right side. Freeze Frame Video Productions would like to thank the Drambuie and Ice Racing for helping to transport our equipment around the country in this 1999 racing season. New cameras on board Drambuie. WHM Motorsports on the right side. There's in the wake of WHM. Outcome Motorsports on the left side. All three great competitors. And a great battle here in Miami. All right, back to a helicopter shot. WHM Motorsports. Nice jump. There's Grand Prix on ice and Outcome Motorsports. Rocking and rolling here. Flying going on. You can see bumpy waters here off of Miami. WHM Motorsports, Grand Prix on ice, and Outcome Motorsports on the outside. Jump there, Grand Prix on ice. Joey Impressor and Bill Murray for WHM. Number 5. Early moments of this 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. Round the turn. Grand Prix on ice there in the lead. Forrest Barber and John Tomlinson. John, the owner-operator of TNT Custom Marine. Skyline of Miami in the background. Miami Beach. Grand Prix on ice, number 1. Is Outcome Motorsports on the outside. Matt Alcone and Jerry Gilbreth. Outcome Motorsports. Your national champion, APBA, 1998. Grand Prix on ice, your world champion, APBA. Great battle in open class. Great battle here. Grand Prix on ice and Outcome Motorsports. Your leaders right now in open. Outcone Motorsports, Matt Outcone and Jerry Gilbreth. Outcone is a 45-foot skater powered by two 950 horsepower Sterling engines. Matt Outcone from Irvine, California. Graham Bowie on ice up ahead. Graham Bowie. Forrest Barber and John Tomlinson, also a 45-foot skater. Onboard Outcone Motorsports. Graham Bowie on the left side. Nice driving there by Matt Outcone. Jerry Gilbreth the throttle man. Sterling Towers with Mercury's drive. By the Miami Sky. Back to helicopter shot. Outcone Motorsports. US 1, your national champion, ATPA. Outcone, and Jerry Gilbreth, driver and throttle man aboard Outcone. Grand Buoy on Ice has had some problems and is out of the race. Grand Buoy on Ice out of the race. Outcone number 1 in open class and first overall. Around the turn, there's Outcone Motorsports and WHM Motorsports. WHM has just hooked it around the turn. WHM spinning out after that turn. Outcone, everyone seems to be okay, though. WHM back in the race now, turning around and going forward. WHM with Joey Pressure and Billy Mock. On board Outcone Motorsports. We're going to get another look at that spin out after that turn. WHM. Grand Prix on Ice, the farthest boat having some problems and is out of the race, slowing down. WHM Motorsports here on the right side as we approach the turn. On board Outcone. WHM the right side as we go into the turn. There's WHM has hooked around the turn there, has spun out, but is still upside. Everyone seems to be okay. All right, now let's get it from Joey and Precious' point of view with our onboard camera. Pressure on front. And Outcone the right side of the screen. Turn. Going to spin out now. There you see we get the splash on visor, but they are okay. Got pretty close to going over, but they are still just fine. Now they're straightening out the boat, and as you can hear the engines being powered up, and they are back in the race. Shot for WHM. There's a spin out, as you can see, on board WHM with our rear view camera. WHM, once again, a different point of view of that spin out, hooking right after that turn, not getting back. Listen to that Mercury power. All right, there's our helicopter shot of WHM Motorsports back on track in second place. In open class, Grand Prix on ice is out of the race. WHM in second, Outcone in first. And now we're going to go with Lipton Brisk T, a 40-foot skater powered by two 800 horsepower Hawk inboards with Mercruiser drives. Joey Padovano is the driver. Charlie Haynes, the throttle man. Lipton Brisk T in the M class. The modified M11 #1 in the modified class. Special thanks to crew chief Greg Paulson. Now sponsors include Pepsi's Lipton Brisk, Prolonged Super Lubricants, Bond de Soleil, Pfizer Aquafina, USP Hawk Marine Tower, Champion Spark Plug, Sunoco Racing Fuel, Seymour of Sycamore Marine Products, A2 Optics Sunglasses, Roof and Rack, Wesley Inns, Rutledge Inn, and Cigarette Racing. Also, a very special thanks to Michelle May for public relations. #1, Lipton Brisk in the modified. Great driving there by Joey Padovano. He is from Miami. Charlie Haynes from Weston, Florida. The throttle man. A lot of local support for these guys. Joey Padovano and Charlie Haynes, driver and throttleman. They're from this area. And right now, Lipton Brisk team #1 in the modified in his first race for SPI, this 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. Off-powered 40-foot skid. Here coming up is Heavy Metal Racing M4. It's a 40-foot skater powered by two 850-horsepower Sterling inboards with Mercruiser drives. Heavy Metal in the modified. Anthony Izzo is the driver. Early step at throttle match. Heavy Metal, your world champion in the modified. In second place currently in M class here in Miami. Heavy Metal. Nice throttling there by Hurley Step. Hurley is from Altamont Springs, Florida. Anthony Izzo from Cranston, Rhode Island. Special thanks to Paul Ducklaus, the crew chief, Heavy Metal Racing. Heavy Metal Racing, your world champion in the modified 1998.
He got it.
On board, heavy metal with Anthony Izzo at the wheel. Anthony Izzo and Hurley Step aboard a heavy metal racer. The canopy there going up and down. Sterling-powered heavy metal racer. To 850 horsepower Sterling engines. Biscayne Bay is having some problems, so it's heavy metal moving into first place. Heavy metal in the modified. All right, there's V76. V76 Fountain, 39 foot fountain powered by two 1,000 horsepower Fountain imports with Merc Cruiser drives. Art Lilly and Jeff Harris aboard. V76, here is Triple X Muscle on the outside. Battle here in Super V. V76 Fountain. Fountain pulling away from Triple X Muscle on the outside. Number one in Super V, V76 Fountain. Art Lilly, the throttle, and Jeff Harris, the driver. V76. In Super V, here are the competitors. We've got Triple X Muscle that we just saw. Also Firewater, Performance Marine Racing, Popeye, Ocean Spray, and Performance Marine in Super V. But it's Fountain V76, the number one. is Riveted Offshore Racing. Riveted in Superboat class, a 41-foot cube powered by two 1,100 horsepower Keith Eichert inboards with Arneson drives. The driver is James Shade. Straddleman Ken Silverman. Riveted Offshore Racing, the owner of Riveted number 74. Now, special thanks to all the guys at Tow Gentrix and Richmond, Rocky Mountain, Hopewell power generation facilities. These guys make the clean, efficient electricity that allows the team to work all night and charge the batteries all day. Tow Gentrix is a large utility that makes electricity in Virginia and North Carolina. Tow Gentrix is a responsible company that directly affects our lives every time we turn the lights on. The Riveted Racing Team is proud to be associated with this first-class organization. Also, special thanks to Comfort Inns of Deerfield Beach, Miami, and Key West. Always excellent service. Comfort Inn is a hotel that we're proud to stay at while racing or on the road with business travel. Special thanks to CarQuest Auto Parts. Tremendous support for the second year for all parts, filters, gaskets, and the unusual. These Keith Eichert engines powered this team to a 1998 National Championship and Open class, and now power this fast all-aluminum boat in Superboat class. Here's an update on the Superboat class. We've got Big Thunder Marine Racing out of the race. 3 left. We've got Sloppy Joe's, Executor, and Riveted. Riveted in second place in Superboat. James Shade and Ken Silverman. There they are. As we look downfield, more competitors coming up is Executor number 99, a 46-foot skater. Executor, another Superboat, as we see the Miami Beach skyline in the background. Executor, a 46-foot skater powered by two 1,300 horsepower C and G Cobra power inboards with Mercruiser drives. On board, Julio Del Rey, the driver, Jorge Del Rey, the throttle man. Executor number 99. Miami Beach. Around the turn. Executor boats there in the background. Watching this first race for SBI in this 1999 Racing 2. Superboat International. Nice driving there by Julio Del Rey, throttle man Jorge Del Rey. Cloudy skies here in Miami. All right, we're going to go with Instigator now. B1 in B class, a 40-foot fountain Instigator, powered by two 750 horsepower Bandit racing engines with Merc Cruiser drive. Joe Scrow, the driver. Peter Meyer is the throttle man. Instigator. 40-foot fountain. The team would like to give a special thanks to John Carbonell and everybody from SBI for a great event here in Miami. Also, a special thanks to Fountain Powerboats, Reggie, Jeff Harris, and the whole Fountain team. Also, special thanks to Kurtz Marine for rigging and maintaining the boat. Sponsors include Michael Aborsi from Gafford Gauges, Bob Vila, our team pilot and communications, for all his support, Sea-Doo Yamaha of Long Island, Jenkinson's of Point Pleasant, Lamada's Restaurant, Vapor Trails Boating News, Art Lily and Graphics Effects for the paint, schemes, and paint. Also, RDC Payroll Services. Special thanks to Benny and Eve Alfonso for all of their support. Of course, special thanks to all the family and friends who believed in us in this event and also will support us for the rest of the 1999 racing season. In first place in B class, it's Instigator. Instigator and Bud Offshore Racing, the only two boats left in this offshore B class. Instigator is your national and world champion in offshore B. B1. Bandit Racing Engine Power. Nice driving there by Joe Scrow. We've got our over-the-shoulder camera on board Instigator. Peter Meyer, the throttle. Number one in B class. Instigator. Joe Scrow at the wheel. Belmore, New York. Bumpy waters of Miami Beach. Beautiful paint and graphics for an Instigator. Around the turn. Peter Meyer, the owner, is 40-foot fountain. Alcone Motorsports on the outside in first place in open class. Alcone. And WHM in second place in open. Alcone and WHM. Right now we are on board Instigator in first place in Sportsman B. We're going to go with Pro Stock now. P7 Team AMC, a 35-foot motion powered by three 2.5 EFIs. Ramez Wahab, the driver. Peter Walut, the throttle man there from Germany. Team AMC, P7. 35-foot motion. Number 1 in pro stock right now. We've got 2 boats in pro stock, High Risk and Team AMC. As we said right now, Team AMC is your leader. Powered by 3 2.5 EFI. You're watching the 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. First race for the SBI. All right, now we're going to go with High Risk. P1, 37-foot talent, also powered by 3 2.5 EFIs. Russ Wilkins, the driver. Richard Belson, the throttle man. High Risk. Your national champion in P class. There is Sloppy Joe's on the outside. Sloppy Joe's in first place in Superboat. High Risk Racing Team would like to thank Rick Barnhart and everyone over at the Talon Racing Team for doing a fine job on this brand new boat. High Risk. There is Sloppy Joe's on the outside, number 1 in Superboat class. Sloppy Joe's. High Risk on the inside in pro stock. Second place behind Team AMC. Russ Wilkin, the driver, has been away from racing for a while, and now he is back. And a Freeze Frame Video Productions, of course, welcomes Russ Wilkin back to the world of offshore racing. Fort Wayne, Indiana.
We are right here. We are right here.
Aboard Big Thunder Marine.
Still yellow, green. Green.
Watch out.
This is at the start. Peter Barry, the driver. Bob Horton, the car.
Watch out.
Yes, you can see. Shit.
Don't get sprayed. Fuck it.
There goes straight on.
Can you go to the right?
I can go.
Okay. Just don't fight it now.
Big Thunder having some problems at
He's
the start.
closing me.
We're over to the left a little.
He's outside.
Okay, this is our feeling.
Go behind the drum boy.
Okay, get over behind me. Oh, damn it.
Big Thunder Marine with some problems. Slowing down. 46 foot double stick. There's Frayed Knot, 838. Your leader in A class. Frayed Knot, a 30-foot Infinity powered by one 700 horsepower Chief engine with TSI drive. Dave Peterson is the driver. James Madden is the throttle man. Frayed Knot, 838. Dominating A class. Ocean Spray on the outside. Ocean Spray. As you can see, the drive is going up and down, but no problem at this point. He's not slowing them down. They are #1 in production there. Miami Beach skyline in the background. Frayed Knot, #1 in production there. Once again, see that drive moving up and down, but no problems apparently.
Coming up on the turn.
Okay. Any traffic?
Doesn't look like it.
Watch to see if you see Rick up and running again.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I think I see him.
Yeah?
I don't know. Hang on.
Is that him?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's not him. That's house lead. Maybe he could go slow enough I could actually pull the tab this time.
Okay.
That's going to look hysterical on camera, me trying to get the tab off the wall.
Dave Peterson, James Mack.
There's some technical difficulties still left to be resolved.
Oh, yeah, big time. We still got to get Tommy speed. We don't have it.
All right, now looking upfield in stock class, there is Bodyguard on the left, and we've got Budweiser Nationwide on the right. So we're going to go with Bodyguard S69 on the inside. It's a 30-foot skater powered by two 2.5 VFIs. Al Fayella is the driver. Jeff Dindo, the throttleman. Bodyguard Motorsports, the owner of Bodyguard. As we said, the owner is Al Fayella. He is from the Bronx, New York, and he's also the driver. Jeff Dindo, the throttleman. Now, crew chief is John Gerondola. He's from New York. Two members, Matt, Nick, and Rob. Sponsors Gerondola Chukin Construction Company from the Bronx. MF Electric, also from the Bronx, New York. We'd like to thank the newest sponsor, Throgs Neck Ceramic Tile Corporation, specializing in import and domestic ceramic tile, serving the tri-state area of New York. Al would also like to thank Jeff Dindo for all of his hard work in getting the boat ready for this race, the first race of the season. And the boat is maintained by Mercury's Lake X facility. Mr. Fayella is dedicating this race in memory of Tony Sirocco. Top of the pack, Bodyguard in S class. Powered by two 2.5 EFI. World champions in S class, Bodyguard. Al Fayella and Jeff Dindo, driver and throttleman. Other competitors in S-Class, rumor has it, Avalon Racing, Key West Lager, and Budweiser Nationwide. All right, there is Budweiser Nationwide as to Budweiser Nationwide, a 35-foot Cobra powered by two 2.5 BFIs. Joe Caleo, the driver. Bruce Grout, the throttle man. Special thanks to Budweiser, Clarion Hotels, MBD Marketing, Colello Brothers Flooring, Malfetto's 46 Restaurant, City of Deerfield Beach, also SBI, Micro Trailers, the Bud Girls, Gafford Cages, Jimmy Z. Fredericks, Nationwide Marine, and Bonnie Von Von Schiff for public relations. Crew Chief Jimmy Z. Fredericks, Assistant Crew Chief Lester Burke, and also another Assistant Crew Chief Bert Yarsis. Engine cover is moving a bit, but it's not slowing the boat down. There you see the engine cover moving just a bit. There's it moving even more so. There's a possibility of that thing coming off, but right now it's still on, and they are doing okay. There's Team Lazara on the outside, your leader in Factory 2. Team Lazara. But we are on Budweiser nationwide. V68 Performance Marine Racing, a 39-foot extreme power boat powered by two 1,200 horsepower Performance Marine inboards with Mercury drive. Performance Marine Racing. Patrick Sullivan, he is the throttle man. Navigator is Jim McCulloch, and driver is Bill Cates from Boca Raton, Florida. Performance Marine Racing. Major sponsors: real-time encryption and virtual motion internet providers, and website manufacturing special. Special thanks to Fred and Joe for all their support. Crew members Lee LeBlanc and Mike Wood. Lee constructed the boat entirely at Performance Marine. Mike Wood is the Director of Parts and Sales and Marketing at Performance. Paintwork and graphics done by Dave. Vinyl graphics done by Stu Chernoff, and computerized lettering Pompanovic. V68 Performance Marine Racing will race the entire SBI circuit. Of course, this is the first race of the 1999 racing season for SBI here in Miami Beach. Bill Cates, the driver, Jim McCulloch, the navigator, Pat Sullivan, the throttle man. All Florida crew. Just listen to those two 1,200 horsepower Performance Marine engines. Performance Marine. Super V. You're watching the 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. All right, we're going to go with B66 Bud Offshore Racing in Sportsman's B class. The 38-foot velocity powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards with Bravo drives. David Murphy, the driver. Bill Ford, the navigator. Bob Callahan, the throttle man. It's an all-Sarasota crew. Bud Offshore Racing. B66 in second place in B class. Other competitors in Sportsman B, we've got dynamometers out of the race, though, in Instigator. We're watching Bud Offshore Racing. Instigator in the lead right now. Bud Offshore in second place in B class. Bob Callahan, the owner of this 38-foot velocity. Bumpy waters here in Miami. The first national race, SBI. Freeze Frame Video Productions will certainly try to be at every event that SBI has during this 1999 racing season. Right now, we're going to go with Team Lazara F233, a 37-foot outer limits powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercruiser drives. Team Lazara. Dick Lazara is the driver. Gene Weeks, the throttle man. Gordon Kraft is the owner of this 37-foot outer limits. Number one in Factory 2, Team Lazara. Other competitors include, we've got Apache 37, also a Fast Lane fountain, Cigarette, and another fountain. Cigarette is out of the race. Number one in Factory 2, Team Lazara. There is another fountain on the inside, another fountain, F2 76 in Factory 2, a 38-foot fountain. They're powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards with Mercruiser drives. Tom L. Hanshaw, the driver, Jim Spiros, the navigator, Martin Sanborn, the throttle man. Another fountain on the inside. Great battle going on here in Factory 2. Team Lazara and another fountain. Team Lazara, your leader, Factory 2. For the fountain in a very close second place right now. Not far behind. Nice throttling there by Martin Sanborn. Tom Hanshaw, the driver. Nice jump there by another fountain. All doing a fine job. All right, now we're going to go with Apache 37, a 37-foot Apache. Powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards with Carl Paskey and Bob Sassenti. In second place in Factory 2, Apache 37, currently in second place in Factory 2. Now this new Apache 37 F2 race boat is basically a newly designed factory production boat. What makes the new upgraded Apache different is the lighter vacuum bag hand-laid construction using stronger materials, new technology in lamination, and the patented Dynaplane stepped hull. The new race boat has the same equipment as the production model, minus the interior, and with the added competition dashboard configuration. The production model with a Mercruiser 502 horsepower package can deliver speeds in the low 80 mile per hour range. The lighter competition model will deliver speeds well into the upper 80s and above. Apache 37. Now, the 37-foot Apache production basic package is affordably priced for a boat of this style and quality. And the Dynaplane design is a true offshore powerboat. Apache 37 in second place right now in Factory 2. Nice throttling there by Bob Sassenti. Carl Paskey, the owner and driver. Around the turn. The Factory 1 boat there going around the turn. There's Apache 37. Currently in second place. Miami Beach skyline in the background, you can see. A lot of Factory 2 boats in this competition here in Miami. Eight competitors in all in this class. little update here on the various classes in Superboat. Sloppy Joe's is your leader, followed by Riveted in second place. In open class, Outcome right now leads that class. In Super V, it's Fountain and Ocean Spray in the modified heavy metal racing right now, leading the pack. High Risk in Pro Stock, number 1. In Offshore, C is Executor. In B class, Instigator and Bud Offshore Racing. In stock class, Avalon Racing and Bodyguard. And in production A, Freight Knot leading right now. And in factory 1, it's Phantom. And in factory 2 of the class we're watching right now, Kimo Zara in first place. Apache 37 in second. All right, fast lane, F211, a 32-foot active Thunder, carried by two 500-horsepower Mercruiser inboards with Mercruiser drives. Shane Mayu is the driver, Peter Antonelli, the navigator, and Shane Sherman is the throttle man. Shane Sherman also the owner of Fast Lane, F211. Now, Team Fast Lane would like to thank all of the sponsors: Artworks Gallery 21, Fast Lane Publishing, Shula's Steakhouse, and the Alexander Hotel in Miami Beach. And an extra special thanks to Competition Marine Center in St. Charles, Missouri for the preparation and maintenance of the Fast Lane racing team. Also, Big Thunder Marine and Bobby Moore's Custom Marine. Team Fast Lane would also like to thank the Cigarette Factory team for taking parts from their own race boat and loaning us the parts. Also, special thanks to Shane Sherman's fiancée, Barbie Burnett, for all of her help and support throughout the 1999 racing season. Fast Lane, F211. Just a special note, this is the first race for all the team members together, and the first race ever for the navigator, Peter Antonelli. Fast Lane, F211, Factory 2. Nice jump. Fast Lane, 32-foot active Thunder. On board Fast Lane Racing, Shane Mayu, Peter Antonelli, and Shane Sherman. Special sponsor, Artworks Gallery 21. There's a www.artworksgallery21.com right there on the front in the hull of the boat, you can see. Other sponsors include Fast Lane Publishing, Shula Steakhouse at the Alexander Hotel in Miami Beach, and an extra special thanks to the Competition Marine Center in St. Charles, Missouri. Fast Lane Racing, top of the pack in Factory 2. There's our helicopter on the right side, Dave Clark from Rotors and Motors. Fast Lane powered by two 500 horsepower Mercruiser inboards. Now we're going to go with Cigarette Haviland F216, a 38-foot cigarette. Powered by two 500 horsepower Mercruiser inboards with Mercruiser drives. The driver Joe Corbin, navigator Dennis Golden, and throttle man is Jim Yorkie. Cigarette Haviland F216. Now this 38-foot cigarette is a combination of a light layup of composites and carbon fiber to reduce the weight from 12,000 pounds to 7,700 pounds. Powered by twin factory 500 horsepower and Bravo drives. They're sealed by the factory to create some of the most competitive racing in offshore history, thanks to the Miami crew. And the crew consists of John Callier, Doug Price, the crew chief, Todd Martin, and Ray Beer. Back in Virginia, thanks to Dave Howard, Steve Knowles, David Cheatham, and Fred Keene. Also thanks to Martin Marine in Miami for overseeing the F2 racing program for Cigarette. F216 will run the 1999 SPI circuit, complete with some U.S. offshore events near Virginia. Cigarette Haviland. There's Fountain on the outside, just saw a moment ago. Freeze Frame Video Productions like to welcome the Cigarette Haviland racing team to the wonderful world of offshore. Cigarette. Freeze Frame Video. Sigurd Haviland, driver Joe Corbin, navigator Dennis Golding, and throttle-man Jamie Yorkie. They're all from Virginia. On board now, it's Sigurd Haviland, 38-foot Sigurd.
Where's the time behind this is cigarette? I'll get one to see, you know.
Sigurd Haviland, the last boat we'll be covering for you here in Miami. The 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix. Very shortly, we will be compiling the final results in this first race for the SBI in this 1999 racing season. Good racing here in Miami, but most of all, safe racing. And that is it, the end of the 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix, as we see some beachgoers and also spectators having watched this race. First race for the SBI. And we are compiling the final results, and we will have them for you very shortly in the Superboat, the Open, the Super V, the Modified, the Pro Stock Offshore C, A, and B, and of course Factory 1 and Factory 2. Cloudy skies in Miami, but great racing, great competition among the some 40 competitors in all. But most of all, it was safe racing here in Miami. And all right, here are the final results. The Superboat class, Sloppy Joe's coming in first place, followed by Riveted in second, and Executor in third. Sloppy Joe's all the way getting the checkered flag in Superboat. Sloppy Joe's. In open class, Outcone Motorsports, number one, followed by WHM Motorsports in second, and Drambuie on Ice bringing up third. Outcome Motorsports, your leader. In open class, WHM Motorsports spinning out, but maintaining a second place. In Super V, Fountain in first, followed by Triple X Muscle in second, and Performance Marine in third place. Fountain all the way in Super V, getting a checkered flag. In M class, Heavy Metal, followed by Lipton Brisk. Heavy Metal in first place in the Modified. There is Heavy Metal. Well-deserved checkered flag. In Pro Outboard, High Risk number one, followed by Team AMC. High Risk, the winner in Pro Outboard. High Risk, P1. In B class, Instigator on top in first place, followed by Offshore. In second, Dramamine. In third, Instigator, the checkered flag. Instigator, your world champion. Superstock, Haviland Racing in first place, followed by Bodyguard in second, and Budweiser Nationwide bringing up third. Haviland Racing, the winner in Superstock class. And in A, Freight Knot in first, and Stainless Marine bringing up second. Freight Knot, your winner in A class. 8:38. Factory 2, Team Lazara all the way in first, followed by Apache 37 in second place, and Another Fountain in third. In Factory 2, Team Lazara beating out Apache 37. And those are your final results in this 1999 Miami Superboat Grand Prix, the first race for SBI in this 1999 racing season. And Freeze Frame Video Productions is proud to be a part of it. Highly competitive racing, but most of all, safe racing. Now, before we go, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the SBI for putting on a great event here in Miami. Our Freeze Frame Video Production crew, Gary and Nancy Johnson, for their fine camera work. Mr. Peter Magnani, our onboard camera installer. Mr. Dave Clark from Rotors in Motion, our helicopter pilot. And, of course, we'd like to give a special thanks to WHM Motorsports and Drambuie on Ice for transporting our equipment during this 1999 racing season. This is Vince Lopari wishing you a fond farewell from Miami Beach, Florida, hoping to see you in Point Pleasant, New Jersey for the next race of the SBI. Bye, everyone.